one of the biggest things that I believe is that you have to understand. To fix any problem, you need to understand what the problem is, first of all. You can't find a solution without knowing the problem is. Again, going back to medicine, it's very hard to treat a patient if you don't know what's going on. And the Wheel of Life is just a useful way to break down the sections of your life broadly. I set about certain examples, but break it down and then be able to give a score to that section about how happy you are that you're in the right place. So it could be like, I'm just going to say like, physical fitness is just a random one, right? And you can give your scoring you can go 0 to 10, whatever you'd like to use, but give yourself a number or an understanding on this scale about where you are. Have several factors in your life. You could break it down into finances, you can put it into fitness, you can put it into mental health, you can put it into your hobbies, you can put in whatever you like. Are you achieving what you want to achieve in that area, or are you where you want to be? And it allows you to have a general look back and go, well, actually, do you know what? My physical fitness is pretty good, but actually I don't feel that I'm doing the things that I enjoy in my life. I'm not achieving or doing my hobbies at all. And so it just really helps to zoom out and then zoom back into the areas that you want to work on. And, I would say, like with the traffic light system, it's just knowing what's normal for you and knowing where you want to be and then putting in place those changes. And, I use the idea of a toolkit all the time. At the end of the day, like, my toolkit will be different to yours. Like, I will have a different routine. I probably get up at varying different times. There's certain things I'll do in my day that might be similar to you or different to you. And just understanding how you are, what you use to have your maintenance stuff, what things build your mental fitness, and what things are in your emergency toolkit. And I know it sounds silly, but have an emergency toolkit. So on a day where everything goes wrong, what are you going to do? What are you going to do to look after yourself? Because often, let's be honest, the default is drinking for most people. Let's be frank. I mean, in the hospital, bad day on the ward, what should we do? Let's go to the pub. We'll end up drinking. The irony, of course, is that we use drinking and it makes most things worse. People say, oh, but alcohol relieves stress. Actually, a recent study showed that even drinking 3 glasses of wine a week raises your baseline cortisol levels, which is obviously a hormone we associate with stress and inflammation in the body. So alcohol isn't that great for stress. It's not actually that great for anything, really. So learning what your good coping mechanisms are going to be on bad days is as important as your maintenance day to day.
Yeah, like the Wheel of Life is one of my favorite things to do personally, but also to do as part of a group. We were in Austin, Texas last week, and we did a meetup for like 100 of our YouTube Academy students. And at the end of my keynote, I was like, all right, guys, we're going to do a little exercise. Bear with me on this one. And we just split life up into 10 different things, and I just gave them the 10 categories. And everyone just on their phone wrote just a number on how aligned they're feeling with each one. And people were like, whoa, that's really helpful. It's like, I've realized I'm not spending enough time with my friends, and I just hadn't realized that until I literally was forced to give it a number. And so I think exercises like that you would find in, life coaching books and things like that might seem a bit weird, especially for a somewhat intelligent audience. I remember the first time we did the Wheel of Life. It was in our 5th year of medical school, and it was a session called "How to Be a Successful Doctor," where the twist of the session was that our tutor, Dr. Lillicrap, basically said that for Cambridge medical students, it's almost a given that success is becoming, getting that intense ranking in your FPAS or in your ST3 applications, or becoming the Regis Professor of Physics. But actually, there are loads of different ways to be successful, whatever that means to you. And he handed out this Wheel of Life exercise, and half of the class absolutely loved it, half of the year group. The other half was like, what the hell is this? This is a total waste of time. I can't believe I came.
And follow those people. If you follow those two halves and you see who was most successful at the end, and actually most ways you develop that you'd measure success, the group that enjoyed it would have been most likely to be successful, not because the exercise is amazing, but because they were open to new ways of thinking and towards introspection. People that are stiff, that don't want to think of new ideas, that don't want to think outside the box or understand there might be merit in things they don't understand, are often the ones that perhaps don't end up where they want to be. And I've seen that in my life. I mean, it's only anecdotal. I'm not saying I've got evidence for that, but in my experiences generally, those that are adaptable in life are able to get the most out of it. And it's exactly the reason that I want schools to focus a little bit less on academic results and a bit more on building well-rounded, resilient, children, there are people that are able to work in teams, that are able to adapt to adversity, that are able to overcome, and able to find and are able to look for the positive and useful thing. Like even if you're doing something, so if you put me in I decided to go along with friends to a random thing like salsa or whatever, being able to go along, well, I'm here for an hour, let's get something out of this. Let's use it as a confidence building exercise rather than going to something going, this is a waste of time, I don't want to do it. You're going to gain, you're not going to gain anything if you go with that attitude. If you go with the attitude to try and learn something, you might just, and to use, and the reason I think that this stuff is also important, and the reason that actually understanding where you're at right now is so important is to use an old, very much overused adage, knowledge is power. It's absolutely true. Like, often we feel feelings of discomfort, but we don't know what the reason is. Like, why am I? Everyone knows the feeling of being hangry. I mean, you've munched away on a class and you're probably a bit hungry after your therapy. Hangriness is something we all understand. But how often do you walk around hangry and you don't know it's because you're hungry, and it's actually your girlfriend, your mate goes, "Have you eaten? You seem hangry." You go, "Oh my God, I am really angry." You thought you were you thought you were literally annoyed about this random thing that happened, this train that's late, but actually you were hungry. So we're not very good. We're good at feeling discomfort. We're not often very good at knowing where discomfort comes from. So if you're feeling not at ease in your life, then working out where that comes from is your primary. That's the most important thing. Where does that come from? Is it because I'm lonely? Do I lack good connection in my day to day? Am I hyper connected online, the digital space, but not really having a meaningful connection face to face? Or am I actually just sleeping like crap? A lot of people feel really rubbish a lot of the time, and a lot of it is, for a lot of people, it's because they just don't sleep enough. They don't sleep, and if you sleep badly, everything else goes wrong. So just having a little think about where does this feeling come from? Where's this discomfort from?
Hey friends, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this clip, then click here for the full unedited episode. And if you like that, then do please consider subscribing to the channel. It means a lot. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye-bye.